Hello, welcome to the lab. I'm Professor Walnut, and if you're returning, thank you very much. It's great to have you back. For today's battle time, I'll be using a team that was built by an Italian player named, and I'm probably not going to say this quite right, but I'm going to do my best, Thomas Gravouille. He used it in the Liverpool Regionals to place second in the Masters division, and it appealed to me just because it's an archetype that I enjoy, that being Kyogre with Zacian, and it has an interesting addition of Shedinja. On screen here is the team. I'm not going to go on too long about it, but it's got a Prankster support Thundurus, along with, like I said, the Shedinja. It's got an Assault Vest Kartana, which interestingly has very little investment in attack power, but as a trade-off, it survives a lot of hits on the special side, whereas Kartanas normally don't. And it's got your pretty standard Mystic Water Kyogre set, Zacian, and Shukaberry Incineroar. I practiced a bit with it and even played a best of 3 set with a friend, so it's been a lot of fun to use and I'm looking forward to recording with it here. Before we get started, of course, as always, I'd like to ask you to hit like if you're enjoying yourself at any point in the video, and in the comments let me know how you feel about Kyogre and Zacian together as a restricted duo. Subscribe if you're new here. We're actually at 72 subscribers right now, and we're hoping to hit 75 before my birthday in August. Honestly feeling pretty attainable right now, but it's all on y'all. Lastly, if you want to get notifications when I post a video, as inconsistently as I do, hit that notification bell. Alright, that's everything out of the way for the YouTube stuff, so it's battle time. Okay, here's our opponent for today. Is that a Clefairy? That's definitely a Clefairy, along with Comfey, Amoonguss. Well, their restricted duo is Kyogre and Dialga, and they've got Tapu Fini as well. Pretty fairy heavy, to be honest. Kartana feels pretty nice here. Kartana feels extremely nice here, in fact. The problem is what? Clefairy next to one of their restricteds, allow it to survive a hit and then KO Kartana in return. It doesn't feel very likely. We're Assault Vest with a lot of investment into Spadef, so that being special defense for those of you who watch but don't fully know Pokemon lingo. Anyway, also, how do they hit Shedinja? They don't really. They don't have very many Shedinja answers. They just need, like, they could set up Hail and that's about it, right? So I definitely want to bring Kartana. Also, notably, almost everything they've got here is a special attacker, so Thundurus is great. Thundurus Kartana kind of ends their entire career, I feel like. We don't really need Kyogre here. I'm going to bring Zacian. Like, they have a lot of resists to water, right? And then Incineroar doesn't offer us much, so we can angle for a late game Shedinja so that they just can't hit it, and so we'll win. We'll win by default, basically. So here we go. Let's see what they're going to bring. Good luck and have fun to my opponent. Okay, so they're just starting with Dialga and Comfey. I am not that threatened by Dialga. And I feel like I want to taunt into the Comfey first. And possibly just start max knuckling here. Now, they could just ally switch, but alternatively they could also Trick Room. And then another option they have is just going for max Wormwind to start dropping my attack. But I want to try to stop Comfey from doing anything. The problem is going to be if they do ally switch, then I just... yeah, that's really annoying. Like that's the thing about Comfey, is it's just kind of annoying to deal with. But I'm going to go for the taunt and max knuckle play here. They could very easily just ally switch here, though. I guess they could also ally switch Trick Room with Dialga, which would be kind of funny because we taunt that slot no matter what. But we'll see what they go for here. Here's our max. We are a giant Kartana. And we're going to be going for max knuckle. Okay. No ally switch then. That's really good for us because now they can't do like their floral healing or... And max knuckle does a ton here. Now they could still be going for Trick Room, which would be problematic. But honestly not too problematic, because now we can start dropping Dialga's attack, which we will need to do now because it is weakness policy. Alright. Now the question is whether or not they attacked. They did. And it hurts, but not that badly, to be honest. And yeah, they went for Trick Room. Cool. We're going to Eerie Impulse. And we're going to... Should we Steel Spike or just Knuckle into... Actually, their Comfey is basically useless at this point, so I'm actually going to just Knuckle. And yeah, their game plan just kind of went away, so they got to figure out what they're going to do next. I think if they max, they'll survive the max Knuckle, which is a little bit scary admittedly, but we will drop their attack power. Sorry about the extra noise, it is once again bedtime. Oh, they're switching. Okay. Into Amoonguss, that makes sense. And they're going Draining Kiss, which is fine. Mm-hmm. They crit that. That's also fine. So we Eerie Impulse. Not a big deal. Next turn we can just KO that thing. The problem in the late game here is going to be that they're going to have their max while we don't anymore. So they're effectively stalling out our max, right? But we're +2 on Kartana here, or +2 attack. I can Thunderbolt here. There's not a whole lot of reason not to. And I guess I could just Airstream. Yeah, Airstream helps cover for if they're like Choice Scarf Kyogre, then we'll end up being faster than it. And even with Cobra Berry at +2, we should KO here, which means we'll get another attack boost. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That makes a lot of sense that they do that. And we're just going to zap their Dialga, which isn't going to do a whole lot of damage, but it's something, right? And yeah, here's Airstream. They weren't Cobra Berry, so they're just going down here. Good, good. We'll get another attack boost, which should mean that we KO Dialga no matter what at this point. Even if they max it, we should KO it. The annoying thing's going to be if they bring out Comfey, right? Zap, zap. Yeah, barely any damage, but it's something. I don't mind it. Yeah, if they bring out Comfey here, and then go for... They'll want to go for some healing, probably. That is admittedly annoying. We have Sacred Sword, I believe, which should still do a lot of damage here. And Eerie Impulse. Honestly, even if they max and heal themselves, I think we might still KO. So the worst case scenario is if they ally switch, which I think is their best play. Which almost makes me want to Sacred Sword into the Comfey slot. It's so hard to deal with ally switch though. Let me also like look over what I brought real quick. Actually, with Shedinja in the back, well, if they max, then they won't be able to set up Hail. So with Shedinja in the back, we should always win, right? So I think it's fine. Yeah, I'm going to Sacred Sword the Comfey slot and just... They go for Floral Healing. Okay, very well. That's fine. We also went for the Eerie Impulse on that slot too. So we kind of covered our options here, right? They could be going Trick Room here, I suppose, which would not be great. And definitely be less great. Yeah, it's Trick Room. Okay, but we do have Prankster, which is phenomenal, obviously. Which means they can't really do much damage to us. I'm just going to go Sacred Sword here again. And they may ally switch this turn. Yeah, they do. Alright. Fine, fine, fine. But they also don't max, which is, I think, good for us. Although, honestly, it'd be better if we could bait out a max. But they most likely, I'm sure, want to... This won't KO, right? Yeah, no, it doesn't do anywhere near enough. In fact, we'll survive another one. And Comfey is close to going down here, so we can actually just, what? Impulse again. Gotta think about Trick Room turns. We have to assume they have Kyogre in the back. Which is fine as long as Thundurus stays alive, right? Because we can just Eerie Impulse it into Oblivion. So I'm down to Taunt this slot and also Sacred Sword it. Interesting. I did not expect that. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with that. I went Draining Kiss. That's barely going to do damage too. Yeah. We should do a ton here with Sacred Sword. Right? Now Kyogre can't protect if it has it, which is also nice for us. But like this should do, yeah, almost half. So, alright. I'm down to Eerie Impulse that slot. And I might even consider switching Kartana out here. Because it's actually really good into... Yeah, it's actually really good once Trick Room ends. Especially if they're not like Choice Scarf, right? So I'm going to bring Zacian in here. Low HP Kartana is actually really good for us. Now they could heal. Like heal, do the heal pulse thing. But if they do that, then they're losing their special attack power. Yeah, they want to max now, which makes perfect sense. So the question is going to be Heal Pulse or Ally Switch. And if I had to guess, it's probably going to be Ally Switch, honestly. But it's honestly a little hard to say. It's also going to be a pain because we can't bring Shedinja out if it's hailing. Okay, so they actually do just heal. Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. Because now we're dropping their special attack power. Boop. This Thundurus has been such a pain for them. And yeah, it's Hailstorm, which makes perfect sense. Thundurus, I think, should survive this now that we dropped its special attack, right? Oh, easily. Nice. That's fantastic. And we'll get our Berry to heal back too, so... Yeah, I think they're going to end up in a lot of trouble here. Thundurus is honestly kind of carrying us in this game. Now, next question is what do they go for at this point? I can just double protect this turn, which I think is a pretty okay play. Because it's their last turn of Trick Room and it'll waste another turn of their max. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't have protect. I'm going to taunt here and protect on Zacian. Nah, you know what? I'm going to Eerie Impulse instead. Because I can't KO Thundurus again with another attack. So for that reason, maybe I just Thunderbolt, right? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to Thunderbolt. So there's our protect. They're going to go for another ally switch. Okay, so we get to Thunderbolt the Kyogre instead. Which honestly works for me. Here's another Hailstorm. And ouch. Thundurus, that hurts more than I expected it to be honest. Thunderbolt doesn't do a ton, but we'll be faster next turn, which is notable. Okay. So they can actually guard now if they want to. And they could angle to set up a Trick Room. They do have Hail up, so I can't bring Shedinja in. I'm going to Impulse and Behemoth Blade. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. They went Draining Kiss. Okay. Because yeah, that KO's Thunderous. It makes sense, honestly. So the question, I guess, is whether or not we KO here with Behemoth Blade. And I think we might, to be honest. Zacian's just kind of ridiculous. Ah, close. Very close. But I don't think they can KO Zacian here. And they set up the rain for us, which means... yeah, Zacian takes that easy. And with the hail gone, and it now raining, and them unable to set up Hailstorm, we can just bring out Shedinja and win for free, basically. Yeah. Because they shouldn't have a move that hits Shedinja at this point. They have Ice Beam, Water moves, possibly Protect, Thunder, maybe. There are no dark moves on, dark or ghost moves on Comfey, I'm pretty sure. Even if there are, it's not really a big deal. I'm just going to Shadow Sneak into that slot and Behemoth Blade this slot. This game should be over at this point. Yeah, they forfeit. Alright. Quite a game. As you can see, Shedinja is a really fun win con at the end of games, especially when you just know you've exhausted any option they had for KOing it. And in this case, really the only one they had was keeping Hail set up, which would have meant they had to Hailstorm into Zacian, which just would not have been a useful attack at all. So, yep, that's going to be today's game, and I will see y'all next time. Alright, that's going to be the end of today's video. If you've enjoyed yourself and you want to see me grow, hit the like button. It really does help support the channel. If you're new here and you had a good time, hit the subscribe button. It'd be cool to see you come back. If I'm being totally honest, my content varies depending on my personal schedule, but I try to upload at least once a week. Please also consider leaving a comment down below just to cheer me on or let me know if I've made some dumb plays. I really do like to hear what y'all have to say about my choices in gameplay. And just like likes, comments really do help support the channel as well. If you're interested, you can follow me on my various socials, which you can find at the top of the screen here. I'm most active on Twitter, but I try to at least get notifications out about videos on each of the other platforms listed up there. Also notably, the other listed YouTube channel is where I stream games that aren't Pokemon whenever I have time to do so. And finally, and honestly least importantly, I've activated my tip jar. I know it's usually just for streaming, but I figured if you have learned anything from my videos or have just enjoyed yourself and you feel like supporting me, then it is there and it's always appreciated. Alright guys, I really do appreciate y'all being here, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.